Why your brain makes you crave things you don't even need. You can be completely full, completely comfortable, and completely aware that you don't need anything, and still find yourself reaching for your phone, opening the fridge, checking a notification, or wanting something you promised yourself you wouldn't have. The strange part is that your brain doesn't always care about what you need. It cares about what it expects might feel good. And that difference has been shaping human behavior for thousands of years. Long before supermarkets, smartphones, video games, or endless entertainment existed, your ancestors lived in a world where rewards were uncertain. Food wasn't always available. Water could be difficult to find. A safe shelter mattered. And opportunities to reproduce were limited. So the brain developed a powerful system for detecting things that could potentially provide a reward. One of the most important chemicals involved is dopamine. Dopamine is often described as the brain's pleasure chemical, but that's not quite right. Dopamine is deeply involved in motivation, learning, and especially the anticipation of rewards. In other words, your brain doesn't only react when you get something. It can become highly active when it thinks something rewarding might be coming. And this creates a strange problem in the modern world. Because today, almost everything can become a reward. Imagine your phone sitting beside you. You don't actually need to check it. You already checked it 5 minutes ago, but then you hear a notification. Suddenly, your attention shifts. Your brain begins asking a question. What could be there? Maybe it's a message. Maybe it's something interesting. Maybe it's nothing. And that's exactly what makes it powerful. Uncertainty can make rewards more compelling. This is one reason unpredictable rewards can become so attention-grabbing. Your brain learns that sometimes checking produces something exciting, so it keeps checking. Not because every check is rewarding, but because the next one might be. The same basic principle can appear in completely different situations. A person keeps refreshing social media. Someone eats another snack even though they're full. A gamer continues playing after saying, "One more round." Someone keeps checking whether a person they like has replied. Different behaviors. Similar machinery underneath. Your brain has learned to associate a particular action with the possibility of a reward. And once that association becomes strong enough, the craving can appear before you consciously decide anything. But here's where things become even more interesting. Your brain doesn't simply memorize rewards. It learns patterns. If something good repeatedly happens after a particular cue, the cue itself can eventually trigger anticipation. The smell of food can make you hungry. The sound of a notification can make you reach for your phone. Walking past a familiar store can suddenly make you want something you weren't thinking about 5 seconds earlier. The environment around you can quietly influence what your brain wants. And sometimes, you don't even realize it's happening. This is why willpower alone can be surprisingly unreliable. If the environment constantly surrounds you with cues for instant rewards, your brain doesn't have to work very hard to notice them. The reward is immediate. The consequences are usually delayed. And the human brain tends to be very sensitive to that difference. Eating something delicious gives you something now. Saving money gives you something later. Scrolling gives you stimulation now. Working toward a long-term goal may not provide an obvious reward for weeks or months. Your brain evolved in environments where immediate opportunities could matter. But modern technology has learned how to place those opportunities directly in front. The result is a strange conflict. The ancient parts of your brain are searching for rewards, while the modern part of your mind is trying to build a future. And that's why you can genuinely want something long-term, while simultaneously craving something completely different in the next 10 seconds. It doesn't necessarily mean you're weak. It means your brain is responding to what it has learned. But once you understand that, something changes. Instead of asking, "Why do I have no self-control?" you can ask a more useful question. What is my environment teaching my brain to crave? Because cravings aren't always commands. They're signals. And you don't have to obey every signal your brain produces. The next time you suddenly want something you don't need, pause for a moment. Ask yourself whether you actually want the thing, or whether your brain has simply learned to expect a reward. Because sometimes, the hardest cravings to resist aren't the things you truly need. They're the things your brain has learned to want.